In this video, I'm going to talk about B2 SELT ISE-II English test, which is a Trinity College London's qualification for those people who are applying for different visa categories that I'm going to show you in the next slide. I have already made a video on this in Urdu, but this is for those people who don't understand that language. So let us have a look at B2, what it is. So the first question is, who is it for? The test is required if you are applying for these 4 visa categories. So first of all, Minister of Religion visa, which is the Tier 2 visa, or you could also call it a work visa. The next one is Innovator visa, and the next one is Start-up visa. Innovator visa and startup visa both are business visas. If you are planning to come to the UK and open up your business here, set up your business here, then you need to show language qualification, which is B2 in this case. And the last one is the student visa. In student visa, you can present B2 as the proof of your language. But be careful, because some universities and colleges, they don't accept B2, or they ask for B1, or they ask for IELTS. So you have to be very specific in this. Okay, so check with your sponsor first, please. So these are the 4 categories that you can use this test for. Okay. So let us talk about the test. The test is known as B2, also known as Secure English Language Test, which is SELT ISE-II. This is the technical name, obviously, but generally speaking, it is B2. It tests 4 skills: okay, reading, writing, speaking, and listening. So all of them are tested in this test. The test is taken in 1 day, and the certificate arrives in about 21 days. So the test is split into 2 modules that I'm going to talk about in the next slide, but be mindful that this test is taken in 1 day. The structure of the test, sorry. There are 2 exam modules for this. Number 1 is reading and writing, which is a 2 hours long module, and the second is speaking and listening, which is 20 minutes long. Okay, the speaking and listening part of the test is conducted via a Trinity tablet device, which will be set up by your personal steward when you go to the exam center. Okay, so you have to go to the test center, but instead of speaking face to face with the examiner, you this time have to use a tablet. So it's a kind of online meeting, like you do in these days using Teams or Skype or other tools. Okay, so both modules are taken on the same day. This is a bit more about reading and writing module in detail. So there are altogether 4 tasks in this reading and writing module. Excuse me. Task 1 is a long reading task, which has got 2 activities. Task 2 is multi-text reading. So what's the difference between long reading and multi-text reading? So long reading is, it's one piece of reading, one bit of reading, which would be long, obviously. And based on that long reading, you have to answer questions. Multi-text reading would be kind of different types of text, like 4 to 5 pieces of different texts. So they would be named like A, B, C, and D. And then you will be asked to do answers based on those 2 texts. Number 3 task is reading into writing. So reading into writing means that you have to first read a piece of text, and then you have to write based on that reading. So it's not a kind of comprehension. It's more like writing an essay or writing an article, but your writing would be based on the reading bit that you have done before. Number 4 is extended writing. Extended writing is the simple way of um, writing an essay or an article. So it's very plain, very simple. You will be given a topic and you will be asked to write an essay on it or an article on it. Okay, so this test would be 2 hours long. Um, so um, let us see, talk about a bit more about this reading and writing. So when it's your test day, you will go to the test center and you will be taken to the place, the exam center or the classroom or the test room. Okay, you will be guided by your personal steward, and that person will tell you where to sit, what to do, and you will be given instructions, but you will not be allowed to talk to other candidates. Obviously it is under exam conditions, so you have to be at a certain place to do the reading and writing task. Now, as reading and writing and speaking and listening are extensive topics, so I couldn't make any video in, I mean, I couldn't combine all of them in one video. So I have made another video, a separate video on reading and writing task, in which I go into detail and I show you everything using a sample paper. So please check that video, and hopefully that would be helpful for you, because I have discussed things in a bit more detail over there. This is just a general introduction of the test and the structure and what it is that you have to face in this test. Okay, next we are going to talk about speaking and listening module. In speaking and listening modules, there are 3 tasks that are speaking. Okay, I mean that are, I mean, candidate oriented. So the first one is topic discussion task, which is obviously around your topic. The second one is collaborative task, and the third one is a conversation task. Now this is where you have to speak to the examiner and obviously listen to what he or she says. But there is another task which is independent listening task. This is the classical listening activity in which the examiner would play a video, an audio for you, and then you'll be asked to answer based on that audio. So that takes about 20 minutes, the whole thing. I mean, these are, so all of these are obviously quite intense, you could say, activities. So that's why I have made a separate video on them as well, and where I have given you more detail about that. The speaking and listening part of the test lasts for about 20 minutes. It is also known as ISE-II speaking module. Okay, so same thing, you will be taken to a place, and um, it would be a one-on-one conversation style exam where you have to sit with an examiner in a room, and for 20 minutes you will be doing different activities. But be mindful that the examiner would lead you into this. Okay, so you will be guided at every step that this is what's going to happen. Now we are going to do this, we are going to do that. So you don't have to remember all these steps. Okay, you will need your topic notes if you have prepared some, because you have to prepare a topic for this. So you are allowed to take your notes with you. Okay, so I have made a separate video on speaking and listening module, where I talk in detail about this, and I mean, I will break up everything for you in that video, so check that as well for a deeper understanding of speaking and listening module. Okay, COVID, taking your test during COVID-19 pandemic. Everything is same except for the way you talk to the examiner. Okay, so you will be taken into the into the test room to do the reading and writing bit exactly the same way. The difference is that when you are doing your speaking and listening exam, you will not speak directly to the examiner face to face. It would be more like an online video conference call where you will um, be guided by your Stephen, and that person will tell you how to do things. It's not your headache, not your problem. You just need to go there and they will set up everything device for you where you have to do an online exam with that person. Okay, so that's it. uh, if you have any questions, you can ask me. I wish you all the best. Please check my videos on reading and writing and speaking and listening modules. This was more of a general understanding or introduction of B2 SELT ISE-II tests. Hope that this is helpful. Thanks for watching and I wish you all the best. Bye.